So hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to create a game. So if you haven't created any type of game, um, you can try Godot. So I'm going to use Godot to teach you how you can create your own game. So first of all, let me tell you, I am not a professional. I am just a hobby game dev, and I create game for game jams, and sometimes I also create commercial video games. So if you want to know more about me, you can check out my Discord channel in the description. So you can also see the what other people are doing. Okay. So let's start. So let's start by planning our game and how we will create our game. Okay. So I'm going to use the very traditional Google Paint. And so first of all, let's okay. Okay. So I don't think I should use the red color. I should use any color other than red. Okay, so let's basically try to understand what we are going to do in this series. So basically, first of all, we will create a prototype, and then we will add some graphics to our game, and we will add the SFX, which is sound effects, and some VFX, which is visual effects in our game that can make our game much more better in terms of visual perspective. And at last we will upload our game to H, which is my favorite site. Okay, so these are our goals. Okay, so and your goal is to subscribe me, number one, and also you need to make it, which is make this game with me. Okay, so don't just watch, you also have to create this game with me. Okay, and if you are a very uh, experienced person, you already made some games, you can still try out this series and watch this series, and maybe you can just find something that you haven't know in Godot. Okay, so let's just start and let's create a game together. So first of all, you can see this is our Godot, and it's Godot 4.3 stable release version. You can download it from the official Godot site, or you can download it from the Steam as well. So let's go and uh, create a new scene. So in order to create a new scene, you need to just go on to 2D scene, and then you need to, let's rename this scene as test scene because we are going to create a prototype first, and then we need to add a player. So in order to add a player in your project, you need to use a body. Okay, so there are different types of bodies in Godot that interact with physics. So I'm going to use a character body 2D here for our player. So let's rename it as player. And we need to, every time we add a body, we need to add a collision shape that defines its shape. So we will just add a collision shape. And in order to represent our player, I'm going to use a sprite 2D. Okay. So let's add this sprite 2D to our player. So you can just drag and drop the Godot icon in the texture of the sprite 2D. Okay. And now you need to go on the collision shape and you need to select the shape. So I'm going to use the rectangular, and now you need to go and press Alt here. And once you press hold Alt, you can see you can just make it a collision shape. So this is the shape of our player. And now let's move our player in the between of this viewport. So basically this is our viewport where when we run the scene, it will show this size. Okay, this size of the screen. Okay, we will do all the project settings later after creating our prototype. Okay, so you can see this is our very basic player. Now we need to make it move. Okay, so how you can do that, you just need to go on this plus of the script icon, you need to just click on it, and once you have done that, you can see it will create a new script. So I'm going to use an empty script, so you can see we are now here, and so we need to make our player move. So in order to make our player move and in order to do some programming, you need to know some things first. First, you can use different programming languages in Godot. You can also use C Sharp, GD script, which I am going to use. You can use coding block, which is block coding, which is similar to Scratch. And if you are familiar to Scratch, you can just use that as well. And so I'm using GD script, so I will just uh, tell you to use that as well. GD script is very simple, and I will show you how. So first, let's make our player move. So in order to do that, first let's create a variable here, and let's create a variable called speed, and I'm going to use a integer variable. So I'm just making it as integer equals to, and in GD script you don't need to specify this, but I'm doing it because it's my habit of doing it, but you don't need to. And now let's add some speed, so let's add 100 as a speed. And there is some functions that you need to know. That first function is function underscore ready, and what this does is basically it will run uh, the code you will write under this function. It will run first when this node enters the scene tree. Okay, so for example, if I write print and hello, and if I run this scene, it will show me print hello. So let me show you how it will work. So let me save the scene, so you can just press Ctrl S on your keyboard, and it will save the scene, which is test.scene. Okay, now if you run this scene through this, you can see it is running the scene. So it's loading, and here we go. Now we got our player, and you can see it is saying hello to us. Okay, nice. So we got everything working fine. And now next we have a function which is called process, and I'm not going to use the process for now, and then I will teach you about it later when we will use this. So let's use a function which is called as physics process. What physics process does? It deals with the physics. So everything that deals with the physics, which is frame by frame, you will put here. Okay, you will put it inside this function. So if you are coding a physics something, like something that is interacting with physics, you will put that thing here. If you are coding something that is interacting with frames, you will put that thing here. So everything that is interacting with frames or delta or physics, you need to put everything here. Okay, so now we need to make it move. So let's create a variable called as direction. So in Godot, there is a function, inbuilt function, which is called as input vector. So let's use that. Okay, so you can see there is error here, and it says input vector. Okay, I think that's input dot, I guess. Can I remember? Okay, let me see. Input dot get vector, I guess. Sorry, input dot get vector. Yeah. So there is a function which is called as input dot get vector. What it does, it basically takes the direction of the keys. So let me tell you how it works. So if you use, if you already familiar about the coordinate system, so this is the coordinate system, and we are already familiar with the coordinate system, which is mathematics. And if you are not familiar with the coordinate system, just watch some basic videos about coordinate geometry and you will find. So if you um, if you are new to Godot, you will know that this part is called the negative y-axis, and this is basically the positive y-axis. This is positive x-axis, and this is negative x-axis. Need to remember this. Okay, and there is one more thing that you need to remember. So when we do get vector, it will basically gives us the direction. So if we are pressing down key, it will give us +1. If you are pressing up key, it will give you -1. And if you are pressing something different, it will give you different values. So that's how it works. Okay, so it will give us the vector, which is vector 2. So if you don't know about vector 2, so how it works, so basically it will give you a vector. So in the vector, if I have to represent the down value, how I can do that? I will just make the x coordinate 0 and the y coordinate equals to +1. So the vector we will get is 0 comma +1. And if we are pressing the right key, it will give the vector 2, which is basically x coordinate is +1 and the y coordinate is 0. So we will get this. And if we are pressing the up key, what we will get? We will basically get the -1 of y-axis and the 0, which is x-axis. So 0 comma -1. So we will get these type of vectors. If you are familiar with coordinate geometry, so we will get these. Okay, so let's go here. And you don't need to know all about mathematics in order to make games. It's very simple. You can also skip that part, which where I told you coordinate geometry. We can just do this. Okay, so here I already use some key, so you can just go here on the project setting. You need to go input map and add new actions. How you can add new actions, let me tell you. You need to just go here and type move up and type move down, and then you need to type move right, and then you need to type move left, then you need to type move right. Okay, so move right already exit. Let's see. Okay, so we already have all the 4 directions. Now I'm going to assign each key one by one. So I'm going to assign up key for the W and down key for the S and A for the left and D for the right. And once you get all these keys, you just need to write the names of them, but you need to remember the order of them. Okay, so first we will add the move up, then we will add the move down, comma move down, and then we need to add move left, and then we need to add move right. And once we get the direction, so you can also press this button in order to hide this. Okay, so it's still going. Okay, let me press enter here. Okay, okay, nice. Okay, can also do this. Okay, so now once we get the variable direction, we need to just multiply it by speed to move it. Okay, move our player. So we will set the velocity, which is our inbuilt property of our character body 2D node, and we will set it by direction into um, speed. So let's add speed, and let me make it uppercase for now. Speed. Okay, yeah. And now let's do one more function, which is move and slide. So move and slide function basically is a inbuilt function of character body 2D. What it does, so in order to know what these things does, you just need to hold control, and once you hover on these functions, you can just click on it, and it will take you the inbuilt documentation of Godot, and you can see what it does. So it will basically moves the body based on velocity that we have set it, right? And you can see if the body collides with another, it will slide along the other body. Okay, so that's how it happens. So now let's go on the player.gd, save the project, and let's try to run our game. So it's loading, and here we go. So if I press, okay, so there is some mistakes that I did. I don't know what mistakes I did, so I need to check it. Okay, so what mistakes I did, basically let me go on the project settings. Move up, move down, move right. Okay, move down, move right should be D, and let me delete A here, and move left should be A. Let me delete D here. And here what, let me run it again. So you need to do this, uh, and make sure your keys are working properly. That's how you set it. So if I'm pressing S, okay, so if I'm pressing W, it's going left. Okay, I think there is a problem. Oh, I think I have done it wrong, so let me make it work. I think this should be work like this. Okay, so let me run it again and let's see how it works. Okay, so if I'm pressing W, it is going up. If I am pressing left, it is going right. Yeah, so now it's fixed, and you can see our player is moving, right? So that's how you do all this type of stuff. Okay, and so how we are going to make our game much better? We will add graphics to it. So in the next episode of this series, you will know how you can create your own graphics in different softwares. I will recommend some softwares that you can use, and we will make some art for our game, and then we will add that art in our project, and we will make our game much better. So let's see you in the next episode. Bye. Please do subscribe. Thanks for watching.